even with these what a wonder. We're just gonna let's push down, push hard now. We can crush this flank here. They've been absolutely decimated here. We've got to crush this flank in here. But we have to destroy every single unit here. Into these gentlemen. Now. Again, we've held this flank here back. Greetings my friends, and welcome to a brand new summary of episode 163 of the USA campaign. Now before I begin proper my friends, I'd like to apologise for the sheer time that's gone since I've uploaded another video. It's been about a month or so, but just to briefly explain, with the unlocking in Britain here of things starting to unlock, a bit more freedoms, work and other things have unlocked quite considerably. I've been incredibly busy with both. And also I've just taken a little bit of break from things as well because, you know, starting to feel a bit of a burnout as well, and I didn't really want to go down that road. Been there before, and I really wanted to sort of just give myself a bit of a break and then come back refreshed, which I'm going to do now, my friends. So I apologise for the lateness, but about a month since the video's gone up. Thank you all of you for those of you who've been sort of asking whether I'm okay on that. I'm fine, thank you my friends. Just things have been really busy behind the scenes, so I hope all of you are okay as well. I hope all of you are being safe and well. But we're going to dive back into the campaign now. I'm just going to soft reset here, soft reset of the channel. We're going to go back to the USA campaign. This is the one that's got the most momentum behind it in terms of the advancement of the campaign as a whole. So we're just going to move this one forward a little bit more as well. We're going to quickly just go over where we are, just so we can refresh those of you who've perhaps been brand new to the channel and have been following the USA campaign, and those are the veterans, shall we say, that have been stalwarts of this campaign. So we're going to just briefly go over what has happened and been happening and what happened since the last episode. Now, as you can see, we have finally got peace with Russia. I think, as the council said, the Battle of St. Petersburg really was that sort of the stepping stone for that peace to take place, because we gave them a real thrashing around St. Petersburg. We really did. The Marine Corps once again leading that fight, and we absolutely broke the back of the Russians defending and also those moving in to try and support them. As you can see here, they've still got the remnants of the armies that were around looking to sort of push in against, sort of counterattack against St. Petersburg, but with peace, they've started to move away. They've got their own problems. They're currently at war with France. So France does have several territories dotted around, as you can see here, one in the Don, up here one in Karelia. They've also got Podolia here in Galicia. So they are quite powerful as well, as you can see here. They've got some very good armies as well. So they're very strong. They've also got an army here, dotted in amongst the German forces here, who we are at war with, but we'll come back to that in a moment, my friends. So, as you can imagine, the Russians are pretty much pulling back to Moscow, or most of their forces, or I think Kiev has also got a number of forces in and around it, just to protect. As you can see here, they're putting in some quite powerful forces in here, so they might be aiming in towards Minsk, which is the sort of the main stronghold here for the Germans. We have got Vilnius well covered. Here for the west, they've got this sort of line of sort of almost the shell of whatever armies are left here. You can see they're not in good health here at all. So we do have a a powerful force guarding both Warsaw and the border here with Galicia, because of course the Germans can move through French territory because they are allies. We've got Courland here, but they have been neutral and at peace, but they would be a potent force as well because they've got a huge amount of armies here. I mean, granted that armies aren't of high caliber in terms of quality, but they could do some damage if they so choose to do so. So that's pretty much where we are in the east. We've sort of hold and stabilised with Russia, and there's probably going to be something kicking off here with Minsk. Minsk could be an absolute monster to take, it really would. That would be a battle and a half there, because as you can imagine, even with all these armies that are city depleted, if you combine them all together, they're going to pose quite a problem. We've also got another French army here, or there was left. But I'm not sure we can get in on that there. There it is there. Again, just the remnants here of a force, but the French do have an ability to really kick back there. We've got some spies moving in, and also we've got our missionaries here as well here. And of course, we've moved further into the Middle East. We're at peace with the Ottomans. Ankara is still firmly out of control, but the real battle we've got is in the Middle East here. The battle for the Middle East against the Persians, they have been an absolute thorn in our side. That is the understatement. The one of the few territories we've lost in a many year, Baghdad, and they hold it. Look at that, they've reinforced it significantly, and they just keep pouring troops in, armies and armies in all the time. That's why we've sort of launched a raid here with this cavalry, just to try and draw some of them away, or at least deaden and dull their economic power by trying to take some of these towns and cities away that are feeding that economy. But Esfahan here is well defended. They've got a series of forces moving up in and around Syria. We've managed to block their movement from Mesopotamia into Syria up the road here, heading for the coast, heading for Aleppo, and then around the coast road here to try and strike behind Damascus and Jerusalem. Both of them defended well. Then further westwards we've got, of course, Cairo, which is sort of a bastion here. We're able to feed reinforcements potentially into Naples. We have had many a call from the council to start moving against Italy. We're at peace with the Italian, central Italians, the Italian states, but we all know what's looming on the horizon here, and that's the battle with Spain. It's going to be an absolute barnstormer. I'm not joking, my friends. It will be an absolute brutal fight. We're still at war with Venice, and they are loitering with intent also on the border here with Bavaria. That's why we've had to keep these armies in situ here. But I think with probably an army group, maybe this army group here, but remember, Hungary has also still got to be defended against any push by the Germans from the Balkans, which they still do control part of the Balkans here. And also, I think probably an army group, and maybe this army group and the additional force here would probably be able to break what is left here of the Venetians. As you can see, they're not in the finest of shape, the armies. We could probably take Venice, but taking Venice might push the Spanish into finally declaring war. And how do you take Milan without a considerable loss of life? I mean, that is going to be, even with these armies which are not at full strength. You can see the tattered flag means they're not at full strength. But look at the armies they've got here. These are not to be sniffed at all. I mean, look at these. These really are phenomenal. Look at that army there at full strength. Look at this army here. It'll be a battle and a half. I can't even imagine what we have to put into to take Turin is equally well defended. You imagine what the armies you have to put into here, and you've got a very, very small amount of operational space to which to move from and into. I mean, you could move through the Alps, but again, you'd have to have control of Venice to do so. And even then, you'd have to come through Verona. You've got two crossings which they guard anyway, and one here. How would you get the armies in here, enough armies in here to do damage? Again, in Turin, you'd have to fight in Turin. That would probably drag in these armies as well. By the time you've made it to Milan, your armies are going to be hit really hard. What if Genoa decides to declare war upon you because you've been attacking Spain as well? I'm not sure if Spain and Genoa are allies. They're not. But they are trading partners. That might drag in Genoa as well. So as you can imagine, the force you have to use, it'll have to be a naval assault with a combined assault, probably from Spain itself. But again, if you're going to take Milan, it's going to be, even if you take the rest of the Spanish Empire here in Central Europe, Western Europe, I beg your pardon. They've got Amsterdam, they've got Paris, which is an absolute titan of a production centre, a military centre. They've got a string of very, very well defended armies in here, dug in, as you can see here. You know, these armies are going to take, they've got a huge amount of reserves behind the lines as well, and here as well outside Amsterdam. Look at that! I mean, look at this force here. Even though they've got the conscripts, that's still going to be a fight you've got to take. It'll wear down your troops. And look at the work we've had to commit. Look at the force we have to commit just to defend the border. If we hadn't had those forces there, I can guarantee you Spain would have declared war upon us, excuse me, my friends, a long time ago. So it's going to have to be an amphibious assault. And then you've also got the mainland of Spain, Madrid. Look, I mean, look at Portugal. I mean, look at Lisbon here. Look at the forces they've got in here. You know, to dig these armies out of here is going to be an absolute monstrous fight. And even look at Gibraltar. They control the Gibraltar Straits effectively. Huge fights on the way. Massive fights. A war probably without parallel. And that's not exaggerating either. It is a huge, huge fight coming our way. So again, and also down here in the port, Cartagena, they've still got many forces at their disposal. So again, we've got a huge fight on our hands. We really do with Spain, but we're just trying to consolidate in the east so we can pull forces away from the east to the west if need be. If we can solidify our lines here, maybe remove this force. I think this is probably our first task, is to remove the remnants of these German armies here. A fight into Minsk, that would be tough, but we'd probably have to pull some of these armies away from St. Petersburg. Move through Estonia into Lithuania and then attack and see if we can finally end here. But ideally what I'd like to do, with the Council's blessing of course, is hit the Persians. As you can see here, we've got forces moving in to do that. So look, we've got the Marine Corps, which is the absolute battering ram here. So we're going to move and try and retake Baghdad. We're not going to overstretch ourselves. These armies are going to move in to take Baghdad. We're going to try a surprise operation and retake Baghdad here with the Marine Corps. We've got an army up here in Armenia, which is currently surrounded. But I don't think there's anything it couldn't handle. But look at that force. That's a staggering force there to fight. And we are putting the money into improving the settlement fortifications. If they want this settlement, it'll cost them dear to get it. But I think, my friends, that is pretty much where we stand at the moment. And as you can see here, we've got, of course, the Barbary States. They're still hanging around here. France has Algiers. Maybe we can take the Barbary States out as well at some point, but our commitments are vast and our enemies are incredibly powerful. And as you can see, look at the income there, 25,000 here, but look at that for Italian states, 40,000 for the Italian states. What is it for Spain? 30,000 for Spain. So this route here is important to a huge amount of us. I think that's where the Spanish, yes it is, that's where Spain gets it in here. There it is there. There's Spain's income there, the main there from that trade route here. So as you can imagine, that's going to be a huge fight for us. Here, we're doing okay. Of course, Britain, who's been an erstwhile ally, they haven't got involved in anything at all. No wars, but they've been an ally that we can rely on. At least they can keep their end of the bargain and not attack us, which is a good thing. We've got the Courland down here, and we've also got France here. And that, I believe, for some reason they don't have any trade connecting in here, which is a little bit strange, but still, that is their problem to deal with, not ours. But we are focusing on Persia. That's going to be our next task. The Marine Corps was pulled from the Middle East, from the east here, and it was pulled all the way back around to move in. So the Marine Corps really has been the stalwart of this campaign in terms of our offensive operations. Look at that. That's an absolute wonder. But my friends, I'm going to end this sort of summary here. We've just given ourselves a little bit of brief summary here. Of course, as always, even, always keep your comments coming down below, my friends. They've been absolutely wonderful. They really have. I've been reading back on them, getting some of your tactics, your strategies, so we know where we're going to come in from. But Persia's going to be our next target, or should I say Baghdad is going to be our next target. We've got to wrestle that from them to stop that supply of troops coming through, and then we can turn our gaze to Esfahan and start applying the pressure there, maybe even moving up to the border here of Afghanistan, and that's going to lead, of course, in the Mughal Empire, who were also at war with It's going to be a huge, huge campaign. This campaign is not over by a long stretch, my friends. It really, really isn't. We've got still a lot to deal with, but that's a quick summary, a brief summary of where we stand at the moment. And we'll be jumping back into this right now, my friends. So the next time you'll see me is back into the campaign proper, when we're going to really try and push and take out Persia and consolidate in the east, and perhaps start to move some more troops into the west as well, because the Spanish War is coming. I know I've been saying that for a long time, but it'll be coming, my friends. Believe me, and it's going to be a fight unlike we've had for a very, very long time. But anyway, my friends, next time I shall see you is in the campaign proper. Bye for now. Greetings and welcome to episode 163 of my Empire Total War Darth Mod USA campaign. I hope, my friends, the summary has brought us up to full speed now, because I myself have forgotten quite a bit of what's happened here, including that we were launching an assault through the Persian Gulf into Basra here to try and unhinge this sort of strategic sort of stronghold of Baghdad, not only just for Persians but also for ourselves. If we can retake that, it would give us a good stepping stone into Esfahan here in Persia proper. The Persians really have been a thorn in our side. They have a sizable amount of armies all moving towards Damascus. So it looks like they want to take the majority of the Middle East for themselves. And of course, we've had to bring in a sizable reinforcement into the area, principally around Aleppo, to try and bring that under control. We'll probably move against this army here to try and sort of push back any further moves along sort of coast road in Syria, because that seems to be the main target, or the main area in which they are moving down into an attack in Damascus here. We've also got the Marine Corps here. I mean, it's an absolute look at that. That is an absolute, it has been the absolute linchpin, the absolute tip of the spear for us in terms of the number of fights they have fought in the west, they have fought in the east against Russia, and now we've had to pull them away here to deal with Persia, because Persia is starting to become a real problem, as I said at the beginning. Again, apologise, my friends, for the lateness of this video and the time it's taken to get out, but I can promise you now we are getting back on track now. But as the council have said, we need to perhaps start pulling some of these forces away from the Russian front now, maybe move them into the Middle East more. We have control of Russia here, but of course we've got then the problem of Germany repositioning itself here, declaring war upon us again. But the French haven't joined that war, but the French are in a war with Russia, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just quickly that. Indeed. So they're at war with Spain. Yeah, they're at war with Spain as well, back at war with Spain, but their allies are the Germans. So it's a tangled web that has been weaved here on the Middle East. We've got to keep ourselves absolutely at full pelt here. We cannot allow ourselves, we can't take our eye off the ball here at all. Not one iota, because there's every chance the Russians will move against us as well. If we just quickly go back to the diplomatic settings here, as you can look at that, hostile minus 160, so not all is well with the Russians. So we've got to be really careful here. We don't drain too many of our sort of reserves away to the Middle East, and then sort of see what we've gained unhinged by a sort of a Russian counterattack. Now I know they're busy against the French. That's absolutely fine. Prussians are at war with Russia as well. So again, the Germans are at war with, and the French are at war with the Russians, and vice versa. But now we got peace with them. But they might be moving against the French and the Germans here, but that's not our concern. Our concern is keeping what we have fully intact here. Now, there is and there was sort of that sort of underlying plan that was boiling under the surface there to move against Venice, to bring that under our control. So we've got a stepping stone right into the heart here of Spanish territory here in the north of Italy. Now, that's going to be a brutal fight. I kid you not, my friends. That is going to be an absolute monstrous fight. It really, really is. What we could do is just move down this gentleman here, down to Turin, to see what might be. Oh, look at that. That is just sheer madness. I mean, look at that. How we unbottle this, I don't know, because look at that army. Look at that army alone. It is a veteran army with some of the finest Spanish troops. It really is. That's a brutal army to fight against. I know that some of their technology isn't fully up to spec here, but that doesn't diminish the power they can bring to this. But also, it's not so much what they have; it's the concentration of those forces. How do you unhinge this? How do you rip this away from the Spanish without a huge naval invasion? I mean, a naval invasion the likes we haven't seen ever, I don't think, and I don't say that lightly. If Genoa also declare war on the side of the Spanish, let's quickly have a look at the Spanish relations with them. Now, they're only trade partners, but that doesn't mean they won't bring those in. And they're allies with Sweden as well. What's left of Sweden anyway? Sweden's got up here Iceland, but my goodness me, if Genoa declare war upon us as well at the same time and back the Spanish, which there's every chance they might do that, I mean, I can't even comprehend the fight that's going to come out of that. I genuinely can't. I mean, how do you uncork this? It's astonishing. If the council has any ideas how we do that, apart from the single largest naval invasion you've ever seen. That's the only way, because they're protected by the Alps. Okay, so there's no paths into this at all. We can't sort of we could probably, if we wanted to, we could probably feed troops into, if we took Venice, we could put into Venice, but the sheer magnitude of the forces you have to build up in Venice here, and even then you'd be funneled into one particular point to strike. You couldn't go into Genoa. You can't move into central Italy either, because that you've only got this very small front which to operate from. You'd be attacking the first town you come across, which would drag all these in as well, and then you've got all these in. I mean, and the naval invasion wouldn't be along here anyway. It'd only be along this small frontier. So you might as well just feed troops in from overland, if you were to take Paris. And I mean, that's a big if. So how we tackle that, that's going to be a real conundrum, how we do that. But we'll deal with that later. Everything else, I think, is in good order and ship-shape Bristol fashion. So I mean, Cairo is well defended here. Nothing's going to break Cairo for a long while. Also, the same can be said for Jerusalem as well. I know we've brought in a lot of cavalry here and a lot of infantry guards here as well. We might have to just try and include anything else in here. I think we put some howitzers in here just to give us that extra oomph. Yeah, I think we'll get 4 howitzers as well, just to make sure we've got that fully covered here, because that garrison isn't of the highest caliber, but we can at least give it a chance to stand there. We do have this powerful army here on the sort of waiting to block anything moving down the coast road there. But we're going to have to move against these gentlemen here for definite. They won't draw anything else in, but this army needs to be replenished. As you can see, the fighting last time was pretty brutal. So I think what we might do is like to try and move this army away. Unless this army moves away here, we might be able to catch them on. If we could just move these 2 army groups here and try and cut this coast road, it would be absolutely fantastic. But ideally, we need to get the Marine Corps into Basra as quickly as possible. Let's end the turn here, my friends. Let's see what comes our way. Wait a minute. I think that's one we can do. We're gonna push that one out there.
We shall rule the waves.
Look at that. Absolutely a wonder. Didn't lose a single ship. Fantastic. Fully under our control. Thank you very much, sir. Now, Britain hasn't done anything at all, but that's not to say I'm not sure what they're doing here at all. If you hear any noise in the background, my friends, it could be Ziggy starting to bark, because there's other dogs barking in the background. So it's France. I'm not sure what France are doing here. They seem to be sort of jostling. I think they're just going to sort of keep themselves locked. Look at that. I think we're definitely going to be sending a fleet into this here.
Withdraw! Withdraw!
They're going to come after us, but that's absolutely fine. Let's move them out of position. Yeah. They didn't. Right. We're definitely going to be sending troops in. We're going to send a fleet into there. There's no way that's going to. No chance. Absolutely no chance. Looks like they're going to move against us and Russia at the same time. That's a risky strategy, but if that's what they want to do, then so be it. Yeah, they're starting to distribute their troops now around. Looks like they're going to try and move there against also. Is it possible? Afghanistan, Ottoman Empire. What? What? Probably because of Persia and the Mughal Empire. I'd imagine that's probably why. Yeah, looks like that's fine. If you want to declare war upon us, that's absolutely fine. But looks like we're going to have some trouble now from the Ottomans here. Here we go. Looks like we're going to have to really step up our game here now. Get these fleets roaming around, doing some damage. Because there's no chance we're going to put up with any of this. Not sure what the Russians are up to here, but as long as they keep the Germans at bay here and keep them off our backs, that'll be absolutely fine. The Persians are going to move against us for... Oh, no, they're not. Oh, they are. I beg your pardon. Here we go. They're going to reinforce this front here. There it is. That's going to be a huge fight. There it is. There it is. Wow. Mind you, this is a fight we could probably take to do a lot of damage to these armies here. I know it's going to bring in a lot of these forces here, but my goodness me, that's going to be a fight that will effectively wreck two prime Persian armies here. Look at that. They're at absolutely full strength, and so are we, but my goodness me, it would be perfect for us to intercept these two and deal damage to two armies here. We'll send them back on their heels at least. What other way? Yeah, we really have got some wonderful armies here. These three are going to be the prime armies. These are more armies that are going to feed into that as reinforcements. I think we'll use this force here as our main reinforcements. Do we have any where's the cavalry though? The cavalry's here, which will come in beneficial to us because it looks like we're going to be fighting in the open. So perhaps a cavalry heavy army first would probably be far more beneficial. That mobility will definitely help. And let's just set ourselves fair here. What you do tend, even though you sometimes can arrange your forces as you want them to come into the battle, you usually find for some reason the artillery usually comes in after the cavalry, even though they're put at the bottom in terms of when you want them to come into the battle. That's a little bit strange. I'm not sure what that is, but it's probably a little bit of a glitch there. Right, we've got some regiment of horse, and again we want these armies to come in for reserve here, because this army is going to come up against both of these armies at the same time. That's the problem here. You've got, well, close to 8,000 men against 3,000 in one go. So these armies will be fed in. All the Persian armies come in instantly, or continuously. Ours only come in once we start losing regiments. So we've got to be on the ball here. We really do. Right, that seems pretty good there. They're set fair here. We've got no cavalry in here at all, but that's absolutely fine. Just the sheer weight of numbers here we've got here should be enough to at least dispose, or at least do a huge amount of damage to these two armies. Then that means we should be able to deal with the other armies coming in. But my goodness me, they've pushed us to the limit here. We might even have to detach some of these armies and move them down through into Syria. But I think we're going to take this fight, because if we can do a lot of damage here, it'll give us a little bit of breathing space here. We'll try and keep these two armies at least in good position here. Right, let's begin. Let's take this fight, my friends. This is probably going to be the main fight here of this episode. We will probably land the Marines. We've just got to take the fight to the Persians, because they're really starting to draw a huge amount of our military might away from the sort of Europe, Russia, into the Middle East, which ideally what we want to do, we wanted to deal with the Middle East later on and sort of leave it sort of in that sort of stalemate, and where we can just keep sort of that flexible defence moving back and forth. But all of a sudden the Persians have come along, and they've just pretty much kicked the door in. So we've got to deal some damage to them here, at least put them on the back foot a little bit here. I'd imagine the other two armies that aren't involved in this fight will probably eventually come into the fight straight after this, but if that's the way, then so be it. Whoa, wait a minute, we've got the fort. We're in the fort. This changes everything here. This changes everything. Oh, look at that. That's taking a real hammering here, this corner. So if this breaks, we're in trouble. So what we're not going to do, we're not going to put any forces upon here. Because if that goes, so do the regiments. Let me just make sure that this wall here is okay. Oh, no. So I think what we're doing is put this army here. Actually, let's put the regiments on the parade ground here. General Roberts. Put the armies here on the parade. These regiments on the parade ground. Let's see what we've got available here. General Roberts here, and then we shall do the. We shall then deploy them as we see fit. Then let's bring them all into the parade grounds here. Let's do this by the book, gentlemen, by the numbers. Because hopefully we can use some of these as a reserve, a strategic reserve as well. Can dish some real damage then upon the Ottomans, especially with the fort. Now the fort may not come out of this very well at all. It's already partially damaged, it is. Any other parts damaged? 1% here. These are indestructible. I think that's what we've got here at the moment. So we're definitely going to avoid this corner here, but we will put a regiment probably along here, ready to fight for the case they come in this way. We've got cuirassiers, which we're going to push them back here, so we can flank around here. Because look, the topography of the battlefield isn't really going to concern us now, because we're going to use this fort to our advantage. I think everything else is okay. We've got more cuirassiers here as well. I'd like to keep them all in one sort of mailed fist, as it were, to punch through against the Persians. This will avoid this corner here. It will, if it collapses, we'll lose the entire regiment. And to be honest with you, 2 more shots from the cannons is going to bring that tumbling down. And we might try to exploit that hole that's there. The topography is good if you were on an open field, because that's some good topography there, but my goodness me, that doesn't really matter now. And we've got some more cuirassiers here as well. That gives us four regiments here of cuirassiers. That's a joy to see. But also we've got plenty of cannon here. And my goodness me, we're going to make the most of it. I'm going to limber. I'm going to put them on quick line for definite now. The 24 pounders, on the other hand, they've also got shrapnel shot that does absolute monstrous damage. Where's the line? Oh, look at that, that's perfect. Shrapnel shot will absolutely do a huge amount of damage. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up here. Excuse any noise in the background, my friends. We've got a lot of seagulls currently loitering about. You can hear them in the background. Perfect there in the middle. We'll put them just like another regiment along here. We've got to make use of the cannons that, as you can see here, that are placed throughout the wall here, the battlements. We've got to make the most of those. Let's just shorten the line here if we possibly can. That's perfect. Then I think we'll cover both flanks. Apart from here, we've got to avoid, so we'll just put this regiment here. This is indestructible here, so that's absolutely fine. This 88th regiment here we'll have on this flank here. I might even put them just here. You can always move them if it comes to the crunch. Now, can we keep any reserves? I'm not sure if we can. I'd like to try and cover the main parts. Gentlemen, please. Thank you. And we'll also cover the middle here. Gentlemen. That's more like it. We'll have one regiment just behind here, just in case. But I can't really imagine that's going to be the needed. But again, we've deployed all our regiments here, apart from here. Actually, we know. We'll take this one here and hold it in reserve along here, in case this is broken. This wall. I won't put it in the building, because the building might be targeted. Let's just see what happens. If they need to put them in the building, so be it. We've got our cuirassiers here as well. Let's end deployment, my friend. Let's take this fight now. Let's take good grief. That's a lot coming in here, my goodness me. Here we go. Look at the guns coming in here. I've got reserves. That was my mistake, but that's okay. Pull them back. Double time here. Keep them in reserve. Oh, look at that. We've absolutely pasted that there. Oh, my goodness me. This is going to be a very costly fight indeed. They haven't targeted this yet at all. We've got movement here. We're going to flank. Now we know where the movement of the troops here. We're going to flank them here. Let's cut this angle really fast here. We're going to try and move around here, try and take care of this artillery here, because this artillery is going to cause us absolute havoc. In fire here of the shrapnel shot. Oh, that's an absolute joy to see. Yikes. Get off there, lads. Get off there. Oh, we lost those 2 regiments. Oh my gosh. We're going to flank them. We're going to cheapest creepers. Look at this fort. It's in a heck of a state. We are killing our own men here. We've lost those 2 regiments. Look at that. Look how many men we lost there because of that back section. Bodyguard. We'll take care of the general. My goodness me, this is going to be such a tough fight. Because they're feeding constant reinforcements in here. Let's hold. Let's just hold here, lads. Got lancers. We've got lancers. We've got to get these lancers before they do any damage to us here. Oh, double time, gentlemen. Double time. We've got to sandwich these. We've got to look at this. Look at that. Goodness me. Oh, this is a madness. This is an absolute madness. Got to counter-attack you. Got to get these. Where they've gone. This is not a Sunday stroll. No. Got to try and crush these lines in here. Deal with, try and cut off these reinforcements, and also deal with these here as well. This is absolutely insanity, my goodness me. Come on, lads, come on now, hold the line. Let's get them out of here. Let's get them out of here. Bring the new regiment in here. They'll try and flank us now. They're sort of stalling their reinforcements here, trying to get in. Look at the state. Look at this. My goodness me! This is a fight we haven't seen for a very long time. Oh, they've gone. They've gone. We've got them bogged down here. Doing a tremendous amount of damage here. Broken. Get in there. Yeah, they're running. They're running. gentlemen, please. We can't move off here, but we've lost all our cavalry. The cavalry's all gone. What the blazes? Oh, this is perfect. That's perfect. Look at the battle here. My goodness me. Push them backwards. Deal with these Amendaria horsemen. Let's do it, gentlemen. They're queuing up here. They're queuing up here to fight. Move. Wow, this is absolute insanity here. Got to send a general in here. Hit the rear. Send a general around here. Come on, lads, put them to the sword here. Wow, what a fight this has been. We've lost the general here, but nope, we've got to focus. Oh, fire here! Oh my goodness, look at the fights going on here. Oh, that's not this now. These are their efforts. Oh, it's going to hurt her more. My goodness me. Gosh, there's more reinforcements coming off the line here. What are you doing, General? Get in there. Nope, we need them shattered. They're gone. Goodness me, what a fight this has been. I don't know what's coming their way. Oh my goodness me, they caught us in the lances, mate. I did not see that at all. There's another general, I don't think they did. Come on, brave beans. They're shattered. Got to run them down. Nope. Here. Got to shaft them all. What the blazes? We have been absolutely mauled here. Now, horse and flank, out to the flank, lads. Let's roll them up. Oh, they've gone. General PH. Damn, those lances really have done a lot of damage. Oh, what a shot. Get them off the wall. We've lost another general, my goodness me, this has been an absolute bloodbath. Come on lads, get down off that wall. You've done your job here, look at that. What a defence that was, my goodness me. Let's get them regrouped here. They have given us a severe beating there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Actually, let's get them retreated. Let's get them retreated. Because these lancers are going to absolutely cripple our reinforcements coming in. Come on, lads, don't you buckle now. What a defence here by these regiments here. My goodness, given their all here. We're going to retreat these. We've got to get them out of here. We can't afford to lose too many others. How have we held this fort? Wow. Here they come, here they come. We've just got endless amounts of reinforcements. Double target now. What the place is going on there? Here they come, here they come. Those lancers, let's deal with them once and for all. Because they're going to absolutely cripple us here. If they get into the fort, we're in trouble. They will break our defences without a shadow of a doubt. If they get into that defence there, got to beat them to the punch. That's a beautiful shot. Oh, drats, they've got in. They've got into the fort. They're going to cause an absolute nightmare for us. Predicted, they've just going to disrupt everything. Those lancers have been an absolute real pain. What the blazes is going on here? Get back on those cannon. Get back on those cannon. Ooh, there they are. deal with these once and for all. We've got to deal with these Kobashis. If you wouldn't mind, please, sir. Oh, they've been destroyed. Yes. They've been utterly destroyed here. How do we hold that? Look at it, the fort, there's nothing left of it. It's been absolutely obliterated. Where have they come from? Sorry about that, friends. We've got them there. Got to run them down. Got to shatter them here. Come on, lads, shatter them out. Before they get to the line. What a battle this has been. Look at that. What the blazes? What a fight this has been, my goodness, this has been the toughest fight we've had for a long, long time. Wow. Look at this, the fort has been absolutely obliterated. Absolutely obliterated. Gentlemen, don't just stand there. Don't just stand there. What are they doing? Looks like they're frozen with fear. Wow, what a fight this has been. Wow, what a fight. They lost 6,141. We almost destroyed the entire army. We lost 2,743. Got 13,000 left. Wow. What a fight that was. Look at the line infantry. 501 kills. I haven't seen over 500 kills by one regiment for a long, long time. Look at that. Their battle experience is shot through the roof. Wow, what a fight that was. My goodness, look at that. We've absolutely obliterated that army and that one there as well. Which why they don't move. Oh, look at that. They're just going to reinforce straight away. But that's put them back on the back foot there. Spain. What a fight. What a fight. What? No chance. No chance. No, we don't, sir. Don't even think about it. Don't even. There it is. They've come for there. They've come to take it from us because we wouldn't give it to them. Wow. Wow. War with Sweden as well. No, we'll go for a peace treaty, but not what, paying 17,000 for it. No, but we'll take it. We'll take. No, we don't. No, we don't, sir. Ah, oh, well done, Norway. Well done. Norway have actually been very good allies to us. They really stood. They stood with us. Hopefully, they can repair that. But my goodness me, what a fight that was! We've got more than enough money to take care of whatever's coming our way in terms of economic damage. 160,000 gold in the bank. Yeah, that's absolutely fine there. What a fight that was! My goodness me, that was something. That was something extraordinary. I think we can repair that there. 160,000 there. We're at war with the Ottomans, but I don't know how they're going to reach us here because we've got this pretty effectively sealed off and we've got the Black Sea under our control. We're definitely going to be landing the Marines next episode. And that fight there, my goodness me, what a fight that was. Look at that, we set them back on them. But look at that, they're saying plenty more. We're going to divert some of these troops, I think, to try and cut them off during around the Syrian desert. Otherwise, we are going to be in a lot of trouble here. A lot of trouble. If we don't, because Damascus might fall, the amount of troops they're sending our way. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you've enjoyed it. We've got a lot still to do, including getting rid of the Ottomans here as well. We'll have to send a fleet in here, I think, to start blockading these ports here. Mind you, they've got nothing coming in anyway. And really starting to be much, much more proactive, I think. Your plans, my friends, for North Italy would be gratefully received. And we might have to start moving some of the forces here from Russia. Then St. Petersburg away from here and down to the Middle East, because it looks like we're in for a really, really tough battle with the Persians. They really have dug in incredibly deep here and they're moving very aggressively towards us. Can we hold here as well against these two armies? And they've got at least 4 more armies heading our way. That's going to be a real brutish fight. It looks like we might have to divert a Middle Eastern army group from here and try and cut off the reinforcement supply line here, and then also move against Albab plantations here and try and move these armies around from here as well. Looks like a very experienced general here as well. But my friends, hope you've enjoyed this as always. Thank you for your wonderful support. Again, apologies for the length of time it's taken to get to this point. A lot of things going on behind the scenes, my friends. Hope you're all staying safe and well. And as always, please keep your comments coming down below. But until next time, my friends, bye for now.